like Darwin Núñez. Darwin Núñez. He came from Benfica to the Big Red. It's riding with him and Luis Diaz. Nobody else like Darwin Núñez.
That's killed it.
You made the decision to play Thiago. Klopp doesn't change the system. Move back left. You don't want to change from the 4-3.
Boom, what's going on, people? Back again on the Jerry James Show with myself, JJ, in the building, in the cut, in the flesh. What's going on? It's crazy. We sign up with a bang. As I always say, guys, make sure you're smashing the like. Make sure we're pushing this journey. Get your ticket to entry. As I always say before every show, get your ticket to entry, people. Big up everyone that's tuning in. It's the well-awaited, it's the tactics board, the last tactics board before the 22nd, it looks like. It looks like that's the game. We're going to be facing City in the Carabao. So, listen, it's going to be an amazing one, because guess what? We're going to break down the tactics, but I'm going to need you guys as well to help me out. So, you guys in the comments, yes, you guys, it will be a call-in show. So, it's a great example, great time for you guys to hop on. Give us your perspective. Let us know how you think the game's been, how you think the season's been. We're going to run through some of the people that are already in the building. We've got 19 people. We should have about 30 likes then. You know what I mean? So big up everyone. We got Romz in the building. Do you know what I mean? You know, I got to play this for Romz, because at the moment, I'm a bit disappointed. But Romz, this is you, man.
It's between me and you. Because while you were sitting around, waiting, doing niche, I was out making moves.
And you see right now, I'm making moves and you're sitting around doing this. No, I'm joking. And Romz, it seems like Romz got a girl now. It's like Romz has got a little galley. He's got a galley on his side, and do you know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm just going to run through some of the comments as well. Hold on, before we actually start that as well, there's another brother that I need to run this for. Like,
it's between me and you. Because while you were sitting around, waiting, doing niche, I was out making moves.
G moving like the Ghanaian international call-ups, like the 55-man squad on the November 4th. The deadline's today, and they're scrambling around to get the deadline of the players today. Every other team had done it last week. Everyone knows what's going on. Do you know what I mean? They prep it for the weekend. Ghana, African teams, of course, always do it late. G, you're late. What are you telling us, man?
Bro, my camera is actually moving kind of mad. So if it comes off, I apologize. It's just moving.
Right now, your camera's looking HD. I'm seeing the G in a different light.
Oh, but that's looking good though. But nah, it's actually moving kind of crazy though. So it's a bit higgy. But what's going on, everyone? Tell me, what's popping, man? How are you? My apologies for the late.
We're good. I'm just letting the guys know, man. It's the last tactics board before the City game on the 22nd. So it's gonna be a while. Like, how are we gonna cope? How am I gonna cope? This is my weekly therapy. I know I'm not gonna need therapy because look what I'm playing. But Jesus, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. What are you telling me?
I feel you, man. I think it'll be good though, man. We kind of needed a little bit of a rest, if I'm being honest with you, man. I think with the way that the season's kind of gone, we kind of need a little bit of a respite, man. And at least I think with the World Cup, it's going to be a game will be every single day. I don't know if it's like 2 games a day, or I haven't really looked at the fixture list, but at least there's some type of football still on. So it should be okay, man, until we have to start talking about Liverpool again.
You know, we're going to talk about the World Cup, but we're going to talk about it after the stream. I think that people are going to be happy with what's coming with the World Cup on the Jerry James Show. I think people are going to be very, very, very excited. It's going to be something different. It's going to be something crazy. So listen, we need you guys to slap the like, slap the notification as well. Subscribe if you're new, because you don't want to miss out on the content that's coming, because trust me, we've gone to work. We're going to work. Like, just because Liverpool aren't playing don't mean the show dies. Do you know what I mean? It's not called LFC TV. Do you know what I mean? It's not focused on LFC, and that's the beauty of it. So I was going to run through some of the comments. We got JB in the building that's been in here from ages ago. Big up you, man. Big up. What's going on? We got the Dugout Football channel. Big up to the Dugout. I hope you're doing well. Make sure you're subscribing over there. Hello, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. We got Honesty in the building saying my G Nunes is starting to cook slowly, but he's cooking. Listen, and I've said it. Oxtail, curry go, a nice curry. Do you know what I mean? Like it takes time to cook. Not everything you just dash in the microwave and it pops out and it's ready and it's nice, isn't it? A pizza you can do that with. You can't do that with a. Do you know what I mean? With a jollof. You need it to marinate in season first. You get it? So we got 8092 Reds podcast in the building saying big up Jerry, like and subscribe, people. Big up. Make sure you're subscribing over there as well for some good LFC content. We got Ravi in the building saying yo, what's going on? We got Bassett. Hey, listen, I'm putting a face to a name. Is that the Bassett? Is that Basti? Is that Bassett?
Basti.
That's Basti, but is that not Bassett? Maybe I'm getting them confused. Maybe it's an evil twin. God knows. But
Very
big up to
true,
you.
very true.
Hope you're doing well. We got Darren O'Connor saying my ears are still bleeding from that horrible song from that Muppet. Yeah, we got to run that sometimes. Do you know what I mean? We need everyone to feel the pain because you see, like, unlike myself, G, Romz, a few other people, they missed the train. They're getting delayed. They're late. Like G was to the stream. I've been on the train. Yes, I tried to get off. Yes, I was a bit unsure about shit. Excuse my language. It's not past, do you know what I mean? Watershed yet. But damn, am I on the right train? Is this train going to, do you know what I mean, to Ebbsfleet instead of Brighton? Have I gone on the wrong place? But guess what? I'm in the right place. We got Panel Scouts in the building. We got Captain Sal. We got Mo Khalif. Yo, Arab Money. Hashtag bring me the oil. Come on. But listen, it's crazy. Hold on. What's going on? JB saying last tactics board for a minute and Nunes done a madness to make it a good one. That's what it is. It's going to be a madness. But you know what? Let's get into it, G. So on Saturday, I was up doing Darwin Nunes. Well, I wasn't doing Darwin Nunes. I was probably doing... What was I doing on Saturday, man? Do you know what I was doing? I was doing Salah against... What performance was he when you were just non-existent when we were grilling him? What game was that?
Arsenal.
Napoli. One of those games.
Napoli.
We're playing 3 at the back. Couldn't break down the low block. We're losing 3-1 at half-time. I assisted, but it was one of those games where I wasn't involved in it. So I couldn't...
That's a typical style of performance. You assist, but you're not really doing anything.
Yeah, like I've done a quick footwork and thread a man through, but that was about it. Do you know what I mean? Other than that, I was against 3 just solid centre-backs, 5 at the back, 1 up top. That my centre-backs couldn't really pass the ball. Just it reminded me so much of a Liverpool game. We came out victorious, tell a lie. We won 5-4, which is crazy.
5-4,
crazy,
right?
like, yeah, mad, isn't it? Like we went at half-time, we're 3-1 down, and we won 5-4.
Right. Okay. Good little second half spirited performance.
Yeah,
I like that.
Spirit in it. We showed some spirit, but weren't the best. But obviously, I wasn't there for the preview, so make sure, guys, to run that up as well, because not only are you getting the content, guys, it's the banter. You're missing the banter. If you're not involved in it, you're going to miss the banter in the show, because we're not just a football show. We're bantering about everything. But yeah, G, chat to me about that game before we get the stats, because obviously I've watched it in bits as much as I could after my game. The streams weren't great. Obviously, watched the highlights, so I've seen the goals. But you know what? G, the chat as well, because we're going to get the chat on afterwards for the call-in. Let us know. What was the game saying? So from what you watched, what are you telling me? How's the game?
Good first half, I would say that much. Good passages of play. Really from the attack, to be honest with you. Defense kind of realistically the same as it's kind of always been. Not shit, but it was just kind of the same. But I feel like the attack was pretty decent. Elliot was linking up quite well with Darwin Nunes, getting into little pockets, getting into little half spaces in and around the box. And then that second half, bro, honestly, like it was so reminiscent of every other game that we played this season. You know, it was like the same things over and over again, you know, lackluster, not really any real intensity, passages of play. They were there in bits. And I think when me, you and Romz, when we were speaking the other day, and Romz even said it. It's like you never really thought that Southampton would come out and potentially score. They had their chances, you know, and again, Ali to the rescue, as has been the theme of the season. But then we didn't really, it's like we didn't need to do too much. But if, I don't know, if Southampton had maybe just gone up maybe another gear, like literally, then it could have been curtains for us in terms of, you know, securing that 3 points, to be honest with you. But for me, it's more the second half that's becoming too much of a worry. You know, obviously World Cup's here now. I don't see how you come back from a World Cup and all of a sudden everyone starts to, you know, it's fresh. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's still going to be more or less the same things that are going to continue, because either you've got players who didn't go to the World Cup who are going to be just lackluster. We know what Liverpool are like after breaks. You know, we're not that good after breaks. You've seen it when we've hit momentum, usually in seasons, have a break. As soon as we come back, it's kind of problematic. We haven't got that rhythm. And then you still got the people who are going to the World Cup that they're still going to be relatively tired and, you know, need a little bit of a break themselves anyway, just from football. So that second half for me, that's going to continue causing us issues. And I feel like that's where we just need to, you know, improve upon. Otherwise, you know, the game was 6, 7 out of 10, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, we're talking here, like JB saying, look, we were average for most of the game.
Yeah.
But more clinical and lucky to have Ali in between the sticks.
Yeah,
and I think it kind of just, it gives me the impression from what I've seen from the game, it was very much what we've seen all season. Yeah, we got the goals, but it wasn't a standout, stellar 10 out of 10 performance. It wasn't something to really ride home about. Do you know what I mean? Or count your luck. It's a bit underwhelming. Do I want to say that? Underwhelming? Not necessarily, because we got the 3 points. And when you look at it, it's a back-to-back victory. It was the harder game out of the Spurs game, because we knew the players are going to get up for the Spurs game if they're going to get up for any game out of those two. From what I heard, though, Anfield was popping, and a couple of people as well have actually DM'd me, sending me literally videos telling me that Anfield was rocking on Saturday. So props to the fans for that one, because it seems like the fans have actually taken us across the line. But yeah, man, it's crazy. It's a bit.
It was a typical performance, bro. Honestly, like it was one of those. It was just like we did enough, but yeah, again, it was that second half for me. It's just reminiscent. Second half against Spurs, poor. Second half really against most teams, it hasn't really been too great. But for some reason, I don't know why though. Like everyone just drops off. Like I don't know if it's just a mentality thing where we're a couple goals to the good, so we just think, yeah, we don't necessarily maybe need to go in as hard as possible. But yeah, man, you could tell the difference between the first half and the second half. That's kind of a tad bit worrying.
It's at the moment with Liverpool. It's either we go all out in the first half and then tank in the second, or tank in the first half and go all out in the second. It's like we can only play that intensity and that style of play that Klopp was to play for one half, which is crazy. We've got Revenant in the building. Big up to yourself, saying, look, if Mo and Bobby were clinical, it could have been 6-3. Yeah, potentially. Let's just get into the stats as well, because I do want to hear from a lot of you guys, and I make sure everyone is able to go and come on. We've got 30 people in the building as well, 33 to be exact. So please make sure we're smashing the like. I'm pretty sure we're only on about 24 at the moment. So please listen. Let's up that. If we can get 33 likes, that would be incredible straight off the bat. As we've always said, this is a show for you guys. So this show needs to do well for us to continue to do the call-in shows, because this, like, you know what I mean, we're not doing it for ourselves. Like, we actually want you to give us your say. So, yeah, man. Let's just get that up for you. Yeah, we go. So, yeah, we go. Because Romz ain't here, we can actually see ourselves.
Oh, yeah, bro. Thanks, Rom.
Exactly. But look, I mean, stat-wise, it is looking like, we're dominant yet again. It's very reminiscent of every game that we really played this season. We've had more shots. We had more on target. The percentage was probably better from Southampton. Yeah, they didn't pass as much, but listen, the intensity was better from them. Look, they've made 23 tackles. 10 interceptions to our 17-7. So yeah, it's there's nothing to really ride home about. I mean, the good thing is, I mean, all season, and we've been saying about it, and we might as well talk about it. We create chances and we get goals. I think that's something that we've been able to do this season. We haven't struggled for goals like Chelsea at the moment, where it just seems like they can't hit a barn door. Like it's just dead. We've been able to create chances, maybe not as clinical as we should be, but we're scoring goals. Like, and you know, we can't really be shy about that. Yes, could we be a bit more intense or better in possession? A bit more aggressive, I mean, out of position, probably, but can the players do it? That's the question, and I don't think so.
I mean, it's so weird sometimes, like when we do these reviews and stuff like that, you know, because I feel like most of them, if not all of the reviews that we've done, tactics boards that we've done this season, it's kind of been the same. Like I feel like these numbers, I feel like I've seen the number 17, you know, for take-ons like 100 times. I've seen the number 23 for crosses pop up like maybe a few times and stuff like that. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, yeah, I mean, it's reminiscent. We haven't really improved, in my opinion, as a team, to be honest with you. I think maybe we're just potentially just in some type of momentum, you know, potentially. You know, you look at the attacking third, you know, they've had 95 to our 86. You know, that kind of tells you, you know, in itself, they've had more interceptions, more tackles. So again, that, would I say intensity, I'm seeing it more from the away team than I am from the home team, you know, and it kind of told in that second half. But what's saving us, as always, is that individual quality. We've got better players than Southampton. Of course we do. You know, players like Ali at the back there to, you know, fantastic goalkeeper. He's going to save us. When you've got Darwin Núñez in better form, when you've got Mo Salah, not to say he was that good, but like just these better players on the field of play, you know, things like this are just gonna, you know, ultimately happen, man.
Yeah, we've got JB. Yeah, we're gonna get onto this. The more that's to get, the more G's gonna big up Núñez. Listen, G's got the backpack packed. He's at the station. I actually think he's got one foot on the train. I've never seen him
for the train still.
Listen, the way he's been waxing lyrical about Núñez in recent weeks, guys. If you don't believe me, just check the Twitter. Just check the Twitter. The Twitter's there. Yeah, I mean the records are there. We've got Fritz saying, look, we played better overall. We were a sight for sore eyes all season. Yeah. We've got Panel Sky saying, guys, this season I'll be happy to take dodgy wins till the end of the season as long as we get the wins. Yeah. We've got Promo saying, our midfield is just way too slow. Bobby's too slow to press now. Fabinho looking more and more like he should be starting as a stepdad in X videos than a footballer got those legs.
Yo, Promo. Is that for the X-rated stuff in the evening and that?
What? Yeah, how funny that is. Man said the stepdad in X videos. What, like Johnny Sims? Is that his brother's name?
I'm not even getting involved. Leave me out of this discussion, bro.
I swear. Man, himself. Dr. G, like that.
Yo, you lot are definitely cheap. You lot, that's how I know you lot would be on the internet way too long. Wait for way too long, man. Way too long.
Bro, Promo, don't have it, Promo. Man saying you run a mad lifestyle.
Hey, I didn't say that. Promo. Big up yourself, though. Big up yourself.
Big up. We got Psychedelic saying any updates about the new owners. Yeah, we'll get into that. We'll get into that after we get the tactics on. When we get one of you guys on, we got Cameron Elder. Big up to yourself saying hi guys. Coming in from the left, Núñez is lethal. That ball to Salah was nice. Yeah, we'll have to chat about it. But no, let's just get into it. Let's analyze that first goal. Hold on, is this the first goal? Is that the first goal? Yeah, that one's the first goal. Yeah, so let's get into it, man. Set piece, if I'm correct. Yeah. Robertson, crossing into that header was crazy. I'm not going to lie to you. From far.
Yeah.
From far. Like, that header was unexpected from someone like Bobby. I mean, people are saying he's too slow to press and stuff. How was his performance in the game? Because I know he got the goal. So with the in the highlights, it looks like he's playing really well. He got a goal. He's probably running around, pressing a lot. Did he get the goal and then not play that well, or?
Nah, he played all right. He actually did play all right in that first half. Second half, he kind of tailored off a little bit, which I didn't really understand. Well, I guess that was just the whole team and everything like that. But first half really good. His link-up play with Nunes was really, really good. We saw that for, I think, Nunes's second goal was at the tap-in. I believe so. Yeah, I think it was for the tap-in. You saw the shift of positions, him and Nunes swapping over. So obviously Nunes being on the left, Bobby in the middle. You saw for the goal, it then turned from Nunes in the middle, Bobby out to the left. He plays a part. Yeah, he plays the pass into Robbo. Robbo puts the ball in the box, and then Nunes is there to tap it home. But it was good movement from Bobby for that goal. First half, he was getting busy and stuff like that. The header was pretty decent as well. And then it's like I can only talk about the first half. Honestly, it's like I can only say first half really, really good. Second half, was Bobby playing? I didn't even really recognize him after a while. Again, just kind of tailored off a little bit. He wasn't as effective. Wasn't really dropping into the spaces as much as he was, in that first half. And I just felt like, okay, cool. So it's probably time that you need to come off the pitch, just so that we can, get a bit more energy up front. But first half, like I said, he linked up really, really well with Nunes, man. I do definitely have to agree.
Yeah, man. Obviously, there's talk we got here. Obviously, big up to G. Obviously, Fritz as well.
Lord,
big up G. Bobby getting a new contract.
Let's hope not.
What's going on with that? Was the performance that good? Why has it come out now? Like, I don't get it.
Jerry, I'll be so honest with you. Everyone keeps, as soon as he has a good performance, sign him up to a new deal. No, we've got to accept. Why? Bro, let it go. Like, let it go. I really don't get it. Like, this is not like, and no disrespect to Bobby. Like, I really don't want to sound disrespectful because Bobby's not like Origi in that way. I'm going to be like, oh, Lord, thank God he's left. Like, Bobby does deserve a lot of respect for everything that he's done. But let's be honest, guys. Like, we need to move on from this guy now. I think we've hit that time. I don't think anybody here thought that he would probably score as many goals as he has this season. He's done it. Great for him. But we just need to move on now. Like, let him stay to the end of the season. Let's get in your Makukus or whoever the hell we're trying to be linked with. And let's move forward, man. Let's just move forward, bro. I think Bobby's the era of Bobby's now done. I don't really want to see this again next season.
Yeah, I think for me, just to echo what you're saying, man, I think you got two options in it. You can either go around the back of the barn and shoot the horse in the back of the head, you know what I mean, and sell it for some meat, or you can sell it to like live out its days on like past is new in it. Like, instead of being that racehorse, he's the one pulling the carts in it, pulling the carts in the market. Do you know what I mean? Pulling the cabbage cart in. Do you know what I mean? In the market, so around the village. So for me, I think I was saying Brazil, a flamenco shirt was there, pressed nicely, just waiting for him to put on crisp. Maybe not flamenco, but maybe somewhere in Syria or something like that.
Yeah, I
like
agree.
Just, I mean, something like that.
Yeah. I think that'd be a good. That would actually be playing on the Jose Mourinho.
He might become a fullback. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's true though. With that's something that Bobby would end up doing. Like, you just end up watch. I guarantee. Now you just said it. Yeah, I guarantee that this guy will become like a new player. Like, in 2 years' time, you're gonna be like, yeah, Bobby's a central midfielder. Like Joe Linton type of vibes.
Yeah. I can fully see it, and for me, it's one of those ones as well where I think the him not getting called up to Brazil, that's just when you start talking about God and stuff like that, you know that you're near the end, innit? Like, this is the pinnacle of where I'm getting to. Do you know what I mean?
It's true.
It's not like, you know what, it's annoying, but I'm gonna try my hardest to make the next one. He knows he's not making that next one, no matter what happens.
Mm-hmm. Of course,
no matter what happens. Do you know what I mean? So it's crazy. It's crazy. We got Boy Pello Maremo, big up to yourself, saying, I see people citing his goal scoring as the reason we should give him a new contract. are we even sure he's going to keep up this goal scoring form? Yeah, that's the thing. Is that, you know what? You know, if you score like 30 goals, yeah, I mean, then it's like, yeah, you can maybe entertain like another extension because then, all right, you can squeeze out even 15 goals from him next season. It's not too bad. But we don't know how he's going to perform after this World Cup. And it's Klopp training is our transfers. Like God knows what training we're going to be doing. I'm hearing this pre-season. I'm hearing this another pre-season. So it's a bit difficult. It's difficult, man. Yeah. Guys, just make sure obviously you're liking, subscribing. On the way to 1K. You're going to want the 1K, trust me, because things are going to change. It's going to be crazy, but we need the 1K first. So, yeah, let's just try to get there. We've got Ant Dicko in the building saying, evening, people. Evening. Hope you're doing well, Ant Dicko. Yeah, let's get on to the next goal. I'm not going to really talk about the goal that Che Adams scored. Actually, we can chat about it. Virgil van Dijk, innit?
It's so joke because he just looked like, when you see the replay, it's like 1 minute he's there, next minute he's like trying to chase, you know, Che Adams. I'm like, brother, like he was right here next to you. It's not. You know what I mean? Like,
listen, I swear to you, I'm harsher than him than anyone else because this is my guy. Like, you don't want me to bring out the little picture, the picture frame I got of him, a signed picture, innit? Like, I don't want to bring it out, but that's Virg. And right now he's playing like ass. So his trials are getting pulled down. He needs a World Cup to rediscover himself. Maybe if he wins the World Cup, he comes back with a bit. You know, the perfume it ain't faded anymore. You know, it's like he sprayed the perfume on 2 seasons ago, but still just rocking the oud. But the oud it's airing out. So it's after a while just smelling the ish in the air, innit? And your ish stinks.
You're just smelling dusty now, babe.
It's better, man. But yeah.
Do you think? Like just on that, obviously I know Virgil's your guy, so I'll ask you this: do you think after the World Cup that he will, like, his performances will actually get better? Like, can you see that a situation like that, you know, where he's going to go to a World Cup, play even more games, well, 3 at minimum anyway, and then come back and all of a sudden he's just going to be back to normal Virg?
No, because I think a lot of the performances from players are actually inflicted from the management and from the tactics. So if we're playing the same way, then I don't think so. It's like if we asked Bob, it's like when we're asking, I don't know, Salah to play out wide, isn't it? Like when you look at Salah, his performances haven't gotten any better or worse. He's just playing a bit more centrally, which is resulting in a better output. But I'm not looking at him and thinking, right, he's breezing past his man now, you know. He's just ripping his man every time. He's still not doing that.
Yeah, fact.
He's still not doing that stuff. He's just closer to the goal, so he's getting goals. For me, it's like, do you know what it is? Liverpool in general, and I think you can actually attribute it to Virg as well. We rely so much on, I don't want to use the word aura because I know people are going to take that out of context. But we relied so much on reputation and being feared. So we won a lot of games just by stepping on the pitch. Virg won a lot of battles by just stepping on the pitch and just with a chewing gum, just staring man down because it was like, rah, this is Virgil. Like, how am I going to get past him? We saw the infamous Lautaro Martinez running at him one-on-one and he turns back in the middle of space and just kind of just, because he doesn't want to run at him.
Facts.
Now I'm seeing Che Adams trying to run at him. That's the difference, isn't it? It's like now it's like, no, I'm getting at you. Whereas before, you ain't trying to get at him. Whereas now it's like he's come back down to earth. It's like you've realized, rah, Thor is just a breader. Like he ain't got the powers anymore. Like his dad's taken away the hammer from him. He hasn't got the hammer. So yeah, he can still fight in that. But 5 man can apprehend him. Whereas before it was just like, listen, you can't touch him. So yeah, it's difficult. I just think it's just scary, innit? It's just scary how quickly things can turn around. Like, I know, look, some people might look at it, and even if we get top 4, we'll be like singing off the rooftop saying, yeah, great, fist pumping. For me, it's still going to be devastating, a travesty of a season. All of our players are out of form. God knows, Salah might go and dip next season. Like, he just might dip. Like, he's not on... Is he going to carry on like this into his 40s? Like, I can't see that. Next
At
season,
some
he's
point.
33, right?
Right. Yeah. That's crazy.
So next season he's 33, if not going on 34. Is he still going to be playing like this? Like, do you know what I mean? It's just annoying you haven't, as a club, just maximised the potential of every individual. Knowing that Virgil's going to be, 32, 33 as well? 32. He might even win the World Cup and then just tail off.
True.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, look, we've got JB saying, look, VVD like Ivan Drago and Rocky 4, when Stallone cuts him open and realizes he's just a man and bleeds too. That's what it is, man. But you see, when he's banging you that first time and you're like, rah, and the chisel just snapping back, and you're like, okay.
Feels different.
Do you know what I mean? Right now, it's difficult, man. It's difficult. I don't know how. Look, we're going to have to go and invest, I think, get another centre back. We are going to have to. We are going to have to, because Konate, look good, but you need someone to partner him now. You've got a Verge who's aging and he's not really performing up to the level, which means that he could decline in the next 2 years, which isn't out of the question considering his age. Gomez.
The less said, the better. I assume. The less said, the better.
That guy, man. That guy just needs a clean up in all areas, bro. He just needs a clean up. Like he needs to just, on Channel 4, was it Channel 4, like TLC, they used to have those shows where they were like, bro, this is Mary and Mary's a mess. And you know what we're going to do with Mary? We're going to give her a makeover. We're going to give her some confidence to go and grab some man. And that's what we need from Gomez, bro. We need him some confidence. He needs like, I don't know, different boots. Do you know what I mean? He needs to wear his socks.
Didn't you see him on the weekend, though? I feel like he trimmed his hair. I feel like he trimmed his head back a little piece. Like, it looked like the Gomez from 1920, that trim. Short, like not the whatever was going on with his head back.
Hold on,
like,
was it like shaped than that, or was it just like he bicked it himself? Or like
you know what? Yeah, I was. Yeah, when you kept looking, you keep looking at someone, you're thinking, it's something different about you. Like you look a bit off today. I don't know what it is, but like your looks are just different. And I looked closer, I was like, okay. Maybe his girl was his missus or whatever. Maybe she did it herself. I mean, it wasn't a dead job, to be fair. I mean, his performance was, but I mean, it wasn't a dead job, in reality. But
no, I'm gonna see if I can get this up, man, because this brother, the way people are raving about him is the best thing since sliced bread. He's gonna be the one to take us to that next level. He's gonna even play on the left, and it's gonna be in our futures. Gomez and Konate at the back. Get out of here, man. Anyone had those ideas? Listen, let's not bring that into 2023. Let's just accept him for what he is. Like a decent player. It's not going to be world class. Is he going to be a star for England? I can't see it. Let's put it this way: with the way that his injury record be set up, I don't realistically see that, to be honest with you. Like, I can't see how he could potentially be, that kind of player, because I just think because you got to think, like, who's ahead of him now? You feel me? Like, you look at your Tomores and people like that. Like, even Mark Gay from Crystal Palace seems like he'd actually probably be ahead of coming centre backs. But that's what I'm trying to say. It's like you've got that Ben White who's now coming to the fold. White. I forgot about him. You've got a man like Tarkovsky. There's a few players like in and around sniffing, and it's like, I know they're older, but it's like, how is he gonna, like, do you know what I mean? He's 27 soon, like in a couple of years. Do you know what I mean? But the next time the next tournament's around, he'll be a senior man with no experience. Like, it's mad how quickly football moves. Yeah, man. Let's move on to the one that put us ahead. Oh, Jesus Christ, what a mess. There you go. No, that's the one. Nunez's goal. The guy everyone doubted. I feel like I should have screen recorded the tapes and slapped it on for some evidence today, because you're looking a bit sticky. It's looking a bit sticky. You, a couple other man. It's crazy. I mean, everything gravy, man. Everything gravy, man. What are we saying about? Obviously, we can see this goal. Obviously, on the 21 minutes, Thiago plays the ball to Elliot. Elliot cuts back in and does a reverse ball. Nunez left-footed on the volley, sidesteps it in. Chat to me.
No, it was good. It was a good.
Screaming about Nunes playing on the left, saying that
Mm.
that's actually a better position as opposed to playing as being the focal point, being a striker. How do you think him starting to play on the left is actually affecting his performance? Because we know, look, the goal was a good goal. Could have easily messed it up. You could have looked, even if you got a good connection, you could have hit the bar, missed it. Like you would have been blamed for that. Could have even missed the ball. Like we've seen players do that where the ball gets played and they miss the ball. Do you know what I mean? But he caught it. Good goal. Him playing on the left, then how vital do you think that is for not only this game but Liverpool just moving forward?
It's like I said, man. I think I don't know why, I don't know how, because I thought he was a striker, but for me, he's better on that left-hand side, man. He's more effective than a Diaz going forward. He links up really, really well. I think him and Diaz probably got the same level of pace, give or take. Maybe, I don't know who's quicker, maybe him. But he just seems to have a lot more intent. Where Diaz likes to cut in with the ball, I think that's what then causes the issues. Even with Robbo, you're seeing it more now. Robbo, Firmino, and Nunes, that relationship looks a lot better. Up till now, I still haven't seen any relationship with Robbo and Diaz. It just looks like even Robbo's confused at what Diaz is going to do. You know what I mean? He's one of those kind of players. You know, he might, cut inside, he might go out wide, he might pass, he might shoot. Like, we don't really know. Diaz has just got intent on getting in the box, whether it's then to pass it across to Salah or whoever, or go for goal himself. And I think, again, Firmino swapping with Darwin Núñez for the goal. They both kind of like switch positions again. So, it's that kind of relationship at this present moment in time. It just seems to be working. And I think we'd be best served to, move forward with Núñez down that left-hand side instead of having, Núñez through the middle. I think he gets a little bit isolated as well, because he's a bit of a busybody. He likes to get the ball. He likes to be in and around. And Elliot, that was a good pass, by the way. Like, we don't talk about that pass. It was a decent pass from good Elliot.
Pass. I mean, look, I've been Elliot's biggest critic. By the way, I've been Elliot's biggest critic. That was crazy for a second. I've been Elliot's biggest critic, but for me, it's been one of those ones where that's the end product I want to see.
Yeah,
like, I want to see him come on, drop the shoulder, and play those types of assists. Like, last couple performances, he's getting. I think since he got that goal, in the Champions League against Ajax, I'm seeing a bit more end product from him, and that's what I've wanted to see. I mean, even in the Carabao Cup, he's come in, affected the game as well. You could see straight away we had some sort of link up against Derby as well. So look, incredible, and look, long may it continue. Is he going to take us to world titles and be England's Elliot? I don't know about that, but for what we got right now, I've just got to. We've got to accept it. Look, he's played well. And we've got to look. We can say here, do you know what I mean? Look, Sakadelic, he's showing his potential, and look, I don't know what his potential is, but he's showing good performances. That's what. I wouldn't
get too carried away with Elliot at this present moment in time. We got to be honest. If we always judge the performance, of course, 100%. So if he has a great performance today, we can only say he's had a great performance or good performance. But in terms of long term, it's a bit of it's very weird, because what's his position? Like, he was a right winger, and now he's playing central midfield / right-ish midfield with the way that Klopp kind of sets it up. What's his position? How would he sit? People are talking about him for England. Where does that set up? What does that setup even look like? For England, in terms of a position. If Gareth Southgate, for example, was to stay, there is no position for him, to be honest, in that team. So if Southgate was to remain there, Elliot wouldn't get into that team because there is nothing really there for him. It's weird. It's very, very weird. I think he is a player who possesses good quality technical ability. He just hasn't really shown it this season. Like, I do expect more in terms of your numbers. I know it's not always all about numbers. And in this Liverpool midfield, the way that Klopp sets up, numbers is probably the last thing that Klopp even cares about. It's almost like he doesn't want his midfielders to score goals or get assists and stuff like that with the way he sets it up. But I just think for someone like Elliot, it's almost like bro, I think you could be one of those players who can get their numbers up, you know, in that kind of attacking kind of midfield / central midfield area. And if you do, then, you know, you'll go on leaps and bounds, and that would only be good for Liverpool. So, you know, I'm here for it if it's things like that, you know, to be honest with you. I just think what me, Jerry, and Romz have been saying all season is just like running around almost like a headless chicken at times, you know, and it's easy when you're the only one running around. Do you get what I mean? When Fabinho's lackluster, when Henderson looking lackluster, there's no Thiago in the middle. Of course, you're going to be the best player in the middle of the pitch. It's not hard. Do you get what I mean? Like, it wasn't hard for him to be player of the month. Everyone was shit. He just happened to be the best of a bad bunch. Do you get what I mean? So now we're seeing a bit more intent, a bit more of an end product. And I think now that we're seeing it, cool. Elliot, keep going. Just keep going. You know, he's going to have that break now for the World Cup. So let's see how he returns when we come back.
Yeah, that's what it is for me. It's one of those ones where defensively, he doesn't, off the ball, he doesn't impact the game as much.
Yeah.
So I need his output to be good. Essentially, he's like, I'm not comparing the two though, guys, but if any basketball fans, see like Steph Curry. If Steph Curry ain't hitting the three or ain't finishing, he's a bit of a liability. He's a bit of a liability because ultimately, defensively, he's not going to be able to stop a Giannis if he's running at him. He's just not physically. We've seen it with Jones on the defensive side of things. A lot of the time, he does look lost because he runs about, he tries hard, but it's easy to get past him. And I know he's young and stuff, but we've seen that like he's a small 18-year-old, isn't it? Like he doesn't look like at 18. A lot of us in the chat, myself, do you know what I mean? Like, we look like men. He still shop in the small section, do you know what I mean? And that's not a bad thing, but for elite sports, obviously you're going to struggle when you're competing against like a Wanyama in midfield or even a Loftus-Cheek that has got a lot of legs on him. So we need that output from an attacking sense because that's when he can express himself in the best way. Do you know what I mean? As opposed to not offering us that, but trying to be this defensive screen for Trent or whatever the right back space, whoever's playing that right back. So and this is obviously, the next goal, guys. So, obviously, great little build-up. Robertson, again, looking like he got a hat-trick of assists on the weekend. I mean, I know Alisson was the man of the match, was given to him, but he could have easily been man of the match as well. There seems to be, obviously, a shift away from our right side because years gone past, even games gone past, we've relied on that right-hand side to create so many of our chances through the link-up of, obviously, Trent, Elliot, and Salah down that right. Now it seems that the left is providing our assists. Do you think that's do you think it's just a coincidence? Do you think Klopp is by design? Do you think we're trying to take focus away from the right side because it means that if Trent's got the ball at his feet, that's the side, if we lose it, that's the side they counter down. So instead of having Trent on the ball as much as he is usually, we've got Robertson on the ball who's going to be assisting, and it means that Trent's he's covering the space a bit more than he would have done in games gone past. Or
you bro, I everything you just said is exactly what I was thinking about this weekend when I see did Robbo get, he's got the most assists or something like that, the whatever record he picked up this weekend for assists and stuff like that. And I was like, yo, he's getting into these pockets of spaces a lot. Like he's further up the pitch than I've ever seen Trent sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Like he's almost like a second left winger, you know, and that relationship, again, like I said, the relationship with Núñez, it just seems to flourish. Like it just clicked straight away. Like with Diaz, there is no relationship, but with Núñez, bang, relationship. Bobby, relationship, straight off the rip. And I just think that's obviously helped Robbo as well. And what you said about with Trent being a bit of a liability, well, not even a bit, Trent is a liability. If we loses the ball, it's, Jesus Christ, it's just game over. And I think we are trying to take a bit more of that onus off of him and Salah down that side. Salah not being really the player that, you know, he used to be. Elliot as well. Then this is where what you say about Elliot, I feel is true, is Elliot on the defensive, very poor. Very, 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 very poor. So to negate that, if all of the best players are on the left-hand side, why not? Do you get what I mean? Like, it just makes more sense, I guess, to have Robbo, who's better defensively, Núñez, who is brilliant going forward on that left-hand side, as well as potentially help him back in the defensive stage. And then you've still got Thiago on that left hand in the central midfield area, who can cover the ground well enough. A bit slow at times, but he can cover it well enough that he's in the right positions at the right time. Just makes sense that they've just gone down that left hand side a lot more often, to be honest with you. And yeah, just continue. If it means that Trent, because has Trent got an assist? Can someone tell me? I feel like he hasn't this whole season.
No, if he hasn't got an assist, then what has he done this game? Just this season, just passes.
And if he has, I'm gonna say no more than 2 in all competitions, and that's poor. That is very, very poor. Like, that's his whole game. Remember that's what everyone keeps telling us. That's what everyone keeps saying. Generational right back. He's the way he plays.
No assists.
What?
He's got 1 goal, no assists.
Yo, brother. See now, and this is why we get onto him, because if we can't get, because people say, don't get onto him, in regards to like his defending, because what he offers you going forward, just the cricket sounds from here. What he offers you going forward, you're like, oh right, okay, cool. You know what? We can allow him for having those defensive lapses and stuff like that. Fritz, you said it there. It's these Hollywood passes. All right, cool. But they're not really, it's not to any effect. You're not doing anything with these passes. Like, they look good for the camera. You know what I mean? That slice that he did the other day, I was like, yo, Trent's a bad boy for doing that. We didn't do nothing from it, but yo, that was a good pass. Like,
yeah. It's looking a lot like, when we're signing a player like Sander Berger and we're seeing him draw a couple passes. And we're like, are we signing this player? Is this transfer rumor? Is it going to be real? We go on YouTube, we search the compilations, and it's bare those passes. But they cut out whether he actually made the pass.
He actually made it.
Like, the pass is made, but like, cool. Did the guy finish it off? Was it a goal from that?
Yeah, 100.
Or just a pass.
And you're just like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that kind of makes sense still, but we're not. That's it from Trent now. Like, I'm not seeing anything, bro. I can't believe it. I'm actually sorry. I'm a bit dumbfounded. Like, he's got no assist.
He might be the worst. He might actually have had the worst season out of everyone in our squad. Because think about his game.
Yeah.
People are spoken about and saying Trent plays this way because he's so crucial to our system. Yet he hasn't got an assist.
That's mad.
Nunes has got more assists than him. G.
That's mad. Sorry, I shouldn't even laugh out loud, but bro, that's your whole game. I'm sorry, but Trent, all right, cool. Here we go. Trent, we have to get onto you, bro. Like that's poor. That's shockingly poor. And because of you being so crap defensively, we've had to almost negate you, like almost kind of phase you out of our gameplay now. Like, you're not the focal point of what we kind of do anymore. It is about, keeping it on the left-hand side with Robertson, Darwin Núñez, and Roberto Firmino, Thiago kind of thing. So now that we've shifted that, I mean, but Robert was still getting assists, even though, when Trent was getting all them assists, Robert was still up there getting assists. He weren't lacking. You know what I'm saying? He was still doing his thing, but
Tsimikas has more assists, isn't it?
So, okay, answer me this.
No, I didn't check.
All right, okay, while you're checking here, answer me this, and people in the comment section here, answer me this. So why do you bring Trent to the World Cup then? Because he ain't getting you a
He does.
No. But this is a real. But look, this is a real question, Jerry. These are the questions that we got. Uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah, go on.
That we need to have. Why do you bring Trent to the World Cup if he's not even offering you? Remember, the reason why everyone thought, yeah, you have to bring Trent is for that. We've got Trippier. Trippier can do that anyway. But people are like, nah, you got. Sir?
Trippier's got more assists. Bro.
If I hear that Reece James has got more assists.
Hold on, let's go and check it. He's definitely got more goals.
Oh yeah, because I know he's got a couple free kicks and stuff like that. Angel 1968, like, you're right. Wow. Trent does look slower. He does look slower.
He's got 3 assists as well.
Who's got 3 assists?
Kieran Trippier.
How many's Reece James got? Remember, he's injured, by the way. Oh, sorry, Trent, man. We have to do this too, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
You know what? 1 goal, 1 assist.
Okay.
Well, 2. Yeah, 1 goal, 1 assist.
Okay. So not that much better. Fair enough then. So we've got Kieran Trippier, obviously, who's there. And I guess we ain't got no other right back. So I guess Trent does technically, have to go. If Reece James had been fit, would Trent even go? I don't think so.
No, listen. This is a mad question. And shout out to Goldbridge for actually saying it. He actually broke something down. I was listening to it this morning on the train. If Chilwell and Reece James were fit, Ben White and Trent wouldn't have gone to the World Cup.
Ben White? You don't think he would have gone?
Over who? Reece James.
No, but you're saying who? You're saying who?
If Reece James and Chilwell were fit, think about it. So right now we've only got one. Not we, but England's got 1 left back, right?
Yeah.
So Trippier's the only one that can actually play over that side. So
play that side. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If Chilwell was fit, it'd be Chilwell and Shaw going.
Yeah.
And the right backs would be Walk, Trippier, and Reece James.
But what's Ben White going as a right back? You think? Oh, he's not going in as okay. I thought maybe he might play 3 at the back. He might go in.
Look, he plays 3 at the back. But think about it. Walker plays 3 at the back. If Walker's fit, Walker plays.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So it's actually interesting.
No, fair enough. When you put it like that, boy, again, you got to take the opportunity where you can. Then I guess, isn't it? Like, do you get what I mean? Like, where you get that opportunity, just do it, man. I don't know what it is with Trent, man. He looks slow though. Forget his defending, but he just looks mad.
Listen,
like he can't move. Like, why is he so stiff?
Yeah, but he's not been that guy.
I know, but you notice it. Like, he just looks heavy in the legs, and I don't know, bro. I don't know. He just looks slow, like proper slow now. Like, yeah. It is a bit mad.
JB's getting at me, saying we.
Don't people didn't hear that, JB. You feel me? Like, he tried to say we in that. I was trying to say we. Obviously, my team gone. Obviously, we got Uruguay and that. Can't wait to slap them.
Listen, speaking, we'll talk about after, but obviously at the end, innit? Speaking of Ghana, that group, our team is dead. Our team is absolutely washed. Absolutely washed. But yeah, man, look, guys. That's been a tactics board. Anyway, make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm joking, people. We're not heading out yet. As I said, guys, this is a chance for you guys to have your say. Let us know what you've been thinking. We promised you guys a calling show for the tactics board as well, so we made sure that happens. The link is in the chat right now. I'm going to pin it, guys, so make sure you're coming and joining and tuning in. Let us know what you think of the analysis of the game.
Hey, you lot should be bigging up Ghana, man. Forget bun Uruguay, man. I'm trying to see them get knocked out ASAP.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. So, yeah, it's like I say, it's been a mad season. We've done a lot of tactics boards, and I just hope that it's not the same after the World Cup. I want something different. I want to feel something different.
Agreed.
I want something different to analyze. I want to go look at the game and be like, actually, we played with a back 3, or this player played, and this is what he gives to our team, and all that type of stuff. So, it's going to wait for some more people to hop in. Guys, the lines are open. So make sure you're coming in. Like I said, this is your show. This is for you guys to go and have your say. We've got 39 people in the building. Just going to check how many likes we got.
What's the likes?
We've got 47 likes, people. We've got 47 likes. So can we get the 50? Can we get the 50? You know what I mean?
Lucky number 50.
Yeah, there we go, man. There we go. I really want to get into this one because this one's going to be crazy. We've spoken about it for a while. Obviously, Drake's dropped his tune. And with artists, as with footballers, guys, there's always a bit of beef. There's always one wants to outdo the other. We've wanted this person to come on. It's been difficult to get in, people. Been busy. The missus. We've got Blue Ivy out there. Do you know what I mean? Doing her thing. It's been difficult. So you've had to make sure that, do you know what I mean? Without further ado, listen, just welcome. We've got Sean Carter in the building. Jay-Z, what are you telling us?
Yeah. It's your boy. Yeah.
What's up, Jay? Hove.
First of all, how's Beyonce? You know, like how's the missus? How's the kids?
Here, the family's good and everything. There's a lot of possibilities that we could be moving to Liverpool. Tata, gave me the scoop down on the ownership. Here, I want to put my 2 cents in, but I got a new album coming out, so I just thought I'd just announce that on the new Jerry James show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Of course. Listen. Just chat to us. I mean, you're moving to Liverpool. Listen, there's been a lot of talk about ownership. Obviously, one of your boys, LeBron, owns some shares at the moment in Liverpool Football Club.
He own them for now, but this is a billionaire talking. You know what I'm saying? So there's just kind of levels to this, duality. So it's that prerequisite. It's that clarity. That I'm trying to come with. That investment that I'm trying to bring to Liverpool. So. We gonna have the best of the best, Rockefeller Sports Management. It's all in the plan. So
what we saying? We saying what? Saying the Cristal instead of the what's it called? Instead of
the Douce, yeah. We still popping Cristal. It was much different back in the day. Back in Volume 1 when I dropped Volume 1. Then Volume 2, then the Blueprint, yeah. But it's just kind of levels to this,
Yo.
Big up Jay in the building, man. Big up Jay. Before you head out, man, we got to make sure. I know John's there with you. I wanted to obviously big up John.
Yeah.
Getting JC in the building, but I want to tell you, what do you think of John as an artist? Like, is there any we need him? Is he joining Rockefeller? I mean, dropping a lot of heat.
He's hot. He's fire. I put my money on it. I was thinking of signing him though, but I want to let him, kind of spread his wings. Get him, give him that head start before I do any business with him. But he killing it though. Soon get that Rockefeller chain. Kind of like I gave Beans, like I gave Ye, Freeway, Emil. It's different out here, It's that clarity,
Yeah, that's what we're talking.
Yo,
can you let us know, Jay? Is John going to be hopping on today, or?
Yeah, I'll pass him down. I'll pass him the phone real quick,
Yeah, listen, I appreciate you coming in. Hopefully, obviously, we sign up. And I've been saying, I've been screaming hashtag bring me the oil, but it might be hashtag bring me the blueprint. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
bring me
I dropped that Blueprint 1. What was it? Blueprint 2.5, and then Blueprint 3. That 4 finna be on the way for sure. We gonna take it back to Marcy. Yeah.
We're talking about Marcy Arena in Liverpool. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Marcy Arena. I mean, we love Anfield, but Marcy seems appropriate for how long I'm gonna be staying there. So might as well take advantage as a businessman because I'm a business.
That's what I'm saying. You're a businessman, but yeah, listen, I appreciate you tuning in, man. I appreciate you calling. Pass the phone to John. We got to chat to him, man, just about some intricacies before the takeover. Jay, Hove. Listen.
Sounded like there's an issue over there, Hove.
Yeah. Can y'all hear me? Y'all hear me though?
Yeah, we hear you. For a second, I thought I was gonna say, Aaron's saying, look, I got 99 problems and NFC might be one. I was thinking the one might be the Wi-Fi.
Yes. Yeah, that's kind of funny. But yo, I'm gonna pass the phone to John real quick. He can give you a little wave or something. He can talk to you or something, you know, give you that clarity, that insight of what I'm trying to do to Liverpool, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Nah, I love for coming on, bro. Like that. Thank you, man. We do appreciate it.
Sure.
We appreciate having John on the building. John, what are you telling us, man? What are you telling us?
Yo, you saying you're good?
I know we couldn't get the camera out, but you know, it's been crazy. Look, Jamie saying, look, Beyonce cutting the Wi-Fi. Listen, I don't know what business deals you're doing out there, John, but
hey,
you know,
I'm trying to make moves on behalf of all of us, innit? So any investment we're trying to get,
that's what's gonna happen, man. Big up. Chat to us, man. Chat to us.
Yeah, Liverpool. To be honest, I didn't watch the game. I only saw like the highlights in it. So I managed to catch like some of the goals and stuff like that. So, but yeah, obviously we were touching on Harvey and obviously his gradual improvement in the team, innit? I think the gradual improvement has always been it's been coming. It's just obviously the good thing is he's been starting more games than he did last season, obviously because of the injury. But I think the thing with Harvey, he's one of those guys where it's like the more he starts, I think the more he's gonna gradually keep on progressing. It's not like a thing where like he's not like your Phil Foden where you just knew like this guy's just ready, he's seasoned, you know, from the jump. You know what I'm saying? So I think as seasons come and progress, he'll grow and progress. I do think like for me personally, I've never seen him as like a right winger at all because he just don't have the pace for it. Like, he can shift, he can get about the pitch, but he does not scream like a right winger at all. He's like a more so like a right centre midfield, and I feel like that is where I feel the Henderson replacement can be. I think he is that Henderson replacement already. It's just obviously you don't have the characteristics as Henderson, which is where I think like that's where you bring in someone like Declan Rice. Do you get what I'm saying? He has that like personality that you can say that is of like a
Rob, Beyonce really acting with that Wi-Fi, man.
Yeah, real talk.
Man, like the laggy print, crazy. The lag is crazy.
The lag is crazy.
It's even mad.
Okay, yeah, you're back.
Cool.
Yeah, my bad. I'm moving that yard as well. So my apologies.
But you see with Elliot, I know you're talking about Elliot. If he's the Henderson replacement, do you think he's good enough to be a starter? Like, what I mean by a starter is if all things being equal, do you look at him and say, you know what, we don't need to upgrade in that position?
No. I do feel like I'm one of those people who, for the team, for us to be competing at the top level amongst like the Real Madrids and Man Cities of this world, you need two quality players for each position. That's just there's no ifs or buts about that. So I do think another player has to come in to kind of supplement that right midfield. But whether he can start or whether he's worthy of starting, I feel only time will tell. Because I feel like again, the more he starts, the more he'll gradually kind of progress. He's just one of those players where the more chance he's given, he'll start to continue to improve. Look, don't get me wrong, he will have off games here and there. But that's just part and parcel of like how like a young player coming through. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's not too bad. But in general, I feel like we're pretty fortunate in the position that we're in right now because obviously we're not too far off fourth, are we?
No.
Nah. So and again, I'm not sure the games we have after the World Cup. I have to look, but yeah,
we've got City and then Leicester.
Oh, I know we have Leicester, City in the is it the Carabao Cup?
Carabao Cup, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not too really fussed about the Carabao Cup. I don't care about that.
Yeah,
yeah. Leicester
at the moment. We're 7 points off top 4 at the moment with a game in hand on top.
Okay, I mean it's decent because the thing is, I feel like the other teams like Man U and Spurs, I feel like there will be a gradual of inconsistency that can benefit us. But it's just obviously whether we capitalize on that. That's the thing, you know what I mean. So like, at the same time, it's all well and good. Obviously, us trying to look at other results that can possibly benefit us. But if we can't do the job, then none of that matters. So
That's what we're good at, though, isn't it? Like, Liverpool Football Club is very good at looking at everyone else instead of their own, and praying
that's the thing.
Someone bails us out of some type of trouble. But
listen, you still have some of the fan base still crying how Man City are owned by a state or whatever you call them, or sovereign state, or they're still crying about how Chelsea were founded in 2005. I'm just like, the state, like, man are actually scared of a billionaire who's willing to pump money for us to be successful, like, year in, year out, like, because they want to do it the right way, like, the right way.
As I said, man, that right way got you looking for 30 years for a title. So
trust me.
I mean, I don't know about that right way anymore, to be honest with you. 30 years.
Sometimes people can't sleep at night knowing, like, do you know what I mean? And the Arabs in control of our club. Do you know what I mean? Like, they just can't live with it. They can't live with it. So
that's what I don't understand. Like, what, do man not want to win? Like, or just man are just happy to be there? Like, you know. So, and that's the question I have about Klopp: does he want to win, or is he just happy to be in and amongst the names?
Time will tell, innit? Time will tell.
Time's already told. I can't even lie, but yeah.
Huh?
Time's already told. I can't even lie, man. I mean, we only have to look at the statements this guy's made. So,
speak your truth, then. Before you head out, then you're getting the treatment, the Joey James Show treatment. Speak your truth. What are you saying about Klopp? Say it with your chest.
I'll Klopp out. No, for real. For me, I'll say it in the nicest way possible so that everyone can understand me. I'm not saying Klopp get out or you know, I've had enough or whatnot. No. What I'm saying is, if it is true that obviously the rumors are there's going to be owners that will take over the club that are going to really pump money into the club, then for me personally, I don't think Klopp is the guy to take us forward. Reason being is that at this point now, we need to win. And I don't mean win as in like win every once blue moon, like every 3 years. Nah. We need to win on a consistent basis, like year in, year out. If we're not winning the Premier League, cool. We better win the Champions League. If we're not winning the Champions League, we better win the Premier League. There's no two ways about it. Like, we're Liverpool. Like, if you look at the history, look at the time we created the dynasty, like that, the club was built on winning. Do you understand? Like, you cannot compare that era of teams and players from the 70s and 80s to now, because those guys were used to winning year in, year out. This current crop of players are not. They've only won everything once. All those players from the 70s won everything more than 5 times or 3 times. So even if you were to ask those players, do you see there being an actual winning mentality in the team to when they were playing? They will be the first one to tell you no. I bet you ask Graham Souness whether he thinks this team right now can continue challenging for the Premier League. I guarantee you, he'll tell you no. He even questioned like whether they can go on and win it the year after when we won the Premier League. You only have to go back and watch the interviews. He questioned whether they can go and win it again, because that is the difference between, you know, a winning mentality and just doing it once in a blue moon. Right now, the level of achievement in the league is no different to Blackburn and Leicester. Let's be real. So we need to get our heads out the clouds and just really like question whether as a fan base, do we want to win or are we just happy to be there? Because I like, to be honest, there's plenty of other managers I can name you that have a winning mentality. Yes, they may not have the experience as Klopp or the required credit in the bank, but there's managers out there, i.e. Zidane, i.e. Luis Enrique, who are winners, who want to win year in, year out. So that's my take. But much respect to Klopp, because obviously during his tenure, he's given me the best years of my life being a Liverpool fan. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Sometimes breakups are like that, man. Amicable, they give you the best time of your life, but you
don't like that. You don't like that.
Yeah, man. The marriage has run its course, in my opinion. So
listen, John, appreciate you.
Much respect.
let Jay know and Hove know, like, listen, we appreciate it a lot. Listen, I'm actually going to change the title. I'm actually going to change the title of the vid. The title of the vid is going to be Jay-Z has his say. That's what it's going to be.
I love that. I love
You
that.
better hope Rockefeller don't shout you, boy.
Yeah.
Before we get shut down, you know, like that.
Yeah, shut down. ASAP,
No.
boy.
I'll speak to you.
He moves behind the scenes and that, like.
Yeah. Them men are powerful, you know. If they ever see me,
Real powerful.
I mean, but it's all love. It's all love. Much
Yeah.
respect.
Love my bro. Oh, yeah, those are powerful words. Those are powerful words
Some powerful words.
from John. Can't lie, man. Some of the things he was saying, if not 95% of the things he actually said was, in fact, maybe even 99% of the things he said were all factual things, man. So I can only laugh and smile nowadays when it comes to, like, when people talk about Klopp and, you know, all this kind of stuff. Like, you already know my feeling. That's why I stopped talking about it, because I'm just like, yeah, I mean, we all like what we like. You know, we all have our opinions. So yeah, man, it's going to be interesting to see what happens moving forward.
Exactly. We're going to get the next caller in. Another big fan of the show. Big boy, Tar Mizzy in the building. What's going on?
Good.
You know what? M Darwizzy from now on, you know. From Darwin's performance, he's going to have to be called M Darwizzy. What's going on?
Yeah. Man's moving the box like a fox. But yeah, all good. That has been good. You know, the last win of before the mid break, the first half of the season. I have two takes from the game that I've been observing. The first thing is about Elliot, and more often than not in the second half, especially, he kind of looked lost, in my opinion, because this is what I've discussed with my peers back here at home. With Elliot and Mo Salah, sometimes their link up doesn't click, because I think it could be that both of them are naturally left-footed. So if you look at it, I haven't seen a lot more when Elliot drift more advanced and do some sort like the final third chance, because Mo Salah is occupied over there. But having said that, you know, like it has to be the passes is like one two pass and then that's it, and then it's more of a ball retention and back to the midfield and all that. It doesn't progress well, but I reckon it's going to be improved. Let's hope so. And also with Darwin Núñez, this is not about nitpicking, but it's just that you see, like, when I look at the stats from the first half to, like, say 60 to 70th minutes, that's where if you look at his goals, that's where, like, he backed all of them. But I haven't seen his clutch moments, like, you know, like 80th or 90th injury time. You know what I'm saying? So, but he's been doing well. At times, I see more of like he relied a lot of athleticism. So I need his game intelligence, like try to read the ops, like the back four, whether they got tried to stretch the play and all that. But he's been doing so well. But then again, I reckon Southampton, the back line has been kind of disruptive before this game. You know what I'm saying? Because the momentum hasn't been there. I know there's a new manager in the team, but it's just that the team has, like G said, on paper we should be beating, rightly so, and you know, it's just that the momentum is with us. You know what I'm saying? Because we got the recent wins and all that, so that helped with Darwin Núñez, his confidence, and you know, the momentum is with him as well. Like, he's been scoring, I don't know how many consecutively, so long it may continue. And you know what? I have something to mail.
Yeah.
I mean, not good. Not. it's not about football, but this time, but it's the World Cup ticket. And I don't know if you can see this.
No, yeah. Don't show that too much.
And,
show us that again, because we obviously without the details and stuff. So
yeah. So
wow, it's in hospitality area. Okay,
even the ticket looks like it's got some cases and shit. Yeah, I like that shit. I like it.
Wow, how can you secure that?
Nah, because you know, like FIFA, there's like a sales agent around the world. So this is in February. You know, it's like the early this year. I engaged with one of the agent. So I've been emailed back and forth and then try to secure tickets. And it doesn't. The nation hasn't been stated. That's because after it's the round of 16, so you don't know which teams are playing. But G has been saying Ghana because one of the game that I'm watching, Ghana could be in it if they got first. So
if you listen, I need pictures, bro. I need first-hand like pictures of Ghana in that World Cup's last 16. I need that.
Yeah, I will have. I need to come back and set to the try to sub the atmosphere and all that.
Bro,
what I'm saying. So,
you mentioned something. You mentioned about the game intelligence, like. And then, I was gonna whilst you were speaking about it, I was like, I kind of agree with you, man. It's like once, when if it's not here now, when is it ever gonna come? I just feel like if that were to improve, you'd see a even better all round player. I don't know if you agree with that, but I just think because the game intelligence isn't really there. You see it, you know, like we're not silly. Like you notice these things on a football pitch when certain players like. You just, your Javis or your Iniestas, when you look at them, you just know they don't need to be fast, they don't need to be strong, they don't need to be quick, they don't need to be any of those things. But for some reason, because their game intelligence is so high, like they're able to negate around them, around the pitch, and negate any type of issues on the pitch for themselves. So I think once that's improved, or if it were to improve, of course, you're going to see a player going up another level, to be honest with you.
Absolutely. It's all about anticipation, like, trying to read two steps forward, what I'm saying, all those kind of little details. But, it's been doing ever so well. So no complaints as of now.
Are you Darwin in or Darwin out then? Are you on the train?
Darwin in. I'm on the train now.
Go, but listen,
with all things,
and Thomas, a big up as always. Listen, we'll talk because we've got an announcement to make after the show in regards to the World Cup.
I'm looking forward.
And before we do that, make sure you're joining the World Cup. Listen,
absolutely.
I mean, hopefully we get some images and some tickets of how it is because it's crazy. A lot of us have never seen that side of the world. I mean, that part of the world, so it'll be amazing for you to just, get that. I'll be able to obviously put that out up there. Appreciate obviously calling in.
Big up, guys.
Big up, bro. Big up, man. That's crazy. That we actually know someone. Well, not know someone, but what should we do? We know someone that's actually coming on.
Everyone's family around him, man. We know someone.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We actually know someone. We actually know M. Thomas, and he's going to the World Cup. That's crazy. Like I know there's a lot of controversy surrounding the World Cup. I'd have loved to go, man.
Of course. It's the World Cup. Who's not going?
I'm saying I'd have loved to go even to Qatar because it's going to be, it won't be like the one in Brazil, but I think it'll be a decent World Cup, and I think not to even go off on a tangent, but every tournament that hasn't been done in England, there's always been controversy around it. Every single one from the British. When it was in Poland and Ukraine, it was because Poland and Ukraine are racist. So they played on that whole thing. When it was in Brazil, it was the whole, the population are poor, they're not getting any. I mean, the poverty is so bad that it shouldn't be done over there because the X, Y, and Z. Now you've got the same thing in Qatar. It's like, if it's not in a Western country, do you know what I mean? Like a Germany, France, or England, then it's everyone's, do you know what I mean, up in arms about it. I guarantee if it was in the USA, everyone would say, why is it being in the USA? Because these players don't want to go and do this.
Is the next World Cup not in the USA though? I swear
it is. I think it is. And I guarantee when it approaches, there's going to be the same kind of narrative. So it's crazy. It's crazy.
Look, guys. Again, I'm not going to go into it, but having been to Dubai before, and obviously that's Dubai, obviously Qatar being a different place, but having been to that side of the world, like if you can go, you gotta go, bro. Like that side of the world is just amazing in terms of infrastructure. Just as a place, I found it very like peaceful over there. Anyway, obviously, of course, the other side in terms of everything, and to be honest, all the other stuff that's going on, that's extra things that's got nothing really to do with football in itself. That's when you start becoming a little bit too political and, things like that. If you're going there just to watch football, I think it will be an amazing experience. And I can only imagine that Qatar are going to try and do it like, it seems like the kind of region of the world that they're going to try and put on a show, to be honest with you. So if they're going to try and put on a show, it's going to be a good show, man. Like it will remind me a bit like when South Africa did the World Cup, where it's not somewhere where they would usually do a World Cup. So because of that, they're going to need to put on a massive show, whether it be from the pre-match kind of, things that they do, before the first game and all that kind of stuff. And, all the things, you're going to see. I think it's going to actually be a good World Cup. I think we're going to see good football. That's what I think anyway.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I just am. I think I want to go and see. I think that you got to look at the positives instead of the negatives with all this stuff. Anywhere you go, you can always find the positives and negatives. Same thing when it happened in Africa. They were trying to complain about that infrastructure, this, that, complaining about the balls, this, X, Y, Z, the vuvuzelas. That actually created a good atmosphere. It actually created a good atmosphere, and people even tried to say that was annoying and that as a fan, it was a horrible experience, which is just crazy, and it's crazy. But look, we're going to get the next caller on. I saw Sean Doc tried getting on, but the connection was bad. We're sad to see that, but listen, we'll have you on next time, of course. Sean, always welcome. Going to get the last caller in, and it's man like Fritz in the building.
What up?
What's up?
Hi guys.
How you doing?
Yeah, very good. Very well. How you guys?
Yeah, we're good, man. We're good. Talk to us. Tell us. How do you find this?
I'm waiting for the Indians to take over our club and splash the cash and let's get in some barrels. Let's go big. I have a feeling that the only way we're going to beat Real Madrid in February is when we buy Valverde off Real Madrid and use him to beat Real Madrid, and we're going to advance. Let's be honest. I don't see how we're going to stop Vini from cooking up Trent's side. It's not going to happen. As G said, I don't know how VVD, unless he wins the World Cup, is going to come back in. Shea Adams, for goodness sake. I mean, that was crazy.
It's true.
I mean, where's all the aura gone to? I expected better from Virgil. If it was Gomez, all right, he's getting back there. I'm trying for him. He's getting back there. But Virgil, you're giving me Nottingham Forest vibes. You're giving me Leeds. Shea Adams, heights. Oh my goodness gracious! Very, very deplorable. Very, very, very deplorable. I was so disappointed. And I remember the last time we conceded so quickly after scoring. It was awful. It was very awful. But to be very honest, that was the best match I've watched this season. To be very honest, the intensity was stellar. Okay, the first half was great. The first and second half, we just fell off a roof, and I don't know what we're doing. We're just trying to. The least said the better. I wish Trent wasn't going to the World Cup so they can just recalibrate himself, just put himself back, cut his hair. He has to get rid of those dreadlocks. Joe Gomez was looking a little bit sharp over the weekend, But Reece James is not there. So as you said, James, Trent it's clearly not a favorite like Sancho. If it wasn't the fact that James and Cho are hit, Trent's not going nowhere. He needs to recalibrate himself and then get back. The Hollywood passes are very sexy. Let's be very honest.
Yeah, of course. We love it.
It really licks the brain. And a lot of pre-assists. I'm sure if we check the stats, we'll see a lot of pre-assists and all of that. But as you said, what has been your game for the past 3-4 years? Assists. Not even goals, assists. I remember after is it the Club World Cup? I can't remember when we went and the boys had to play. Is it Aston Villa? They trashed us, and then we had to come back and we play Leicester. Was it Christmas Day?
Yeah, everyone talks about. Yeah.
That was strange. That was strange.
Maybe he needs that trim back. Maybe he needs that kind of hairstyle back again. I don't know, man.
True. He needs it. He needs it.
Or short back and sides or something. I don't know, man. He just needs to get rid of it.
Yes, he needs. Do you know what he needs right now? For the way he's playing, look. Fritz will know about it. He needs the punk hairstyle. You know, in Ghana. And then like this. And there's.
I think similar to Gallas. Gallas' hairstyle.
Listen, it would be sick if Trent came back just trimmed off everything. Yeah, then I know you're serious. Just keep it.
You know, you got the Gillette or the Bic shaver, just no water.
Yeah.
Just took it all off. I'm like, you know what? He's serious.
Serious, bro.
Do it, and I knew, you know what? This guy's a serious guy.
Real talk. He needs it, man. Like I just think, the hair isn't helping him in the situation either. Like.
So does it mean that Trent can't play without Henderson? Because that's the way it's going to be, or it's like going on. It's like Trent always has a bad game if Henderson is not playing. And I mean, we need to evolve. And as I said, I wasn't supporting Bobby signing a new contract. But who are we going to get for goodness sake? If the Indians or the Arabs don't come and buy us, who are we going to buy? Gakpo? Are we going to fight with Manchester United? Who will just sing out and then they'll just sign a new player? Pardon me?
Well, this maybe like a Mukuku, maybe like Mukuku, or like I'm looking at.
He's too young.
He's 16 or 17. I mean,
yeah, no, but if I'm not looking, I'm trying to be just realistic, because otherwise I'll be like, well, why don't you sign like an Oshiman, or why don't you sign like Lautaro Martinez? Like, I want a striker who just plays in that position. I don't want someone who plays left and right. I don't need you to do left right. I just need you to play.
I know, yes, and that's the problem. Because I thought he was going to be like an original number 9.
Yes,
always on the left hand side. Klopp is not going to be signing there any proper number 9. Let's just forget about it. It's not going to happen now. It's not going to happen in the future. I thought Yunus was going to play like Haaland. Okay, let's forget Haaland. He's going to play like a proper number 9, but he's almost always on the left hand side. Even yesterday, when Saturday, ended up on the right hand side. So I'm like, what's happening? I mean, get back there. Oh my goodness. I mean, we really need, I don't know. And I blame a little bit of Pep, our assistant coach, for putting all our tactics in a book. I mean, we are so, I mean, that was just a shambles. Wait and then retire and then release the book and then make a few sales. But not, I mean, you're not even a head coach. You're an assistant coach. I mean, anyway. And before I sign out, G, you're talking about you prefer Nunes on the left hand side over Diaz. Yeah. Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah. Look, you will see it like you just said it. You even just said it there yourself about him being on that side. And if you look at Nunes's heat maps, he doesn't play up front anyway. He plays on the left all the time. True. And that's where we're seeing, you know, at the moment, him and Salah, it just seems like it works for the time being, because I think Diaz and Nunes, they're almost the same player. The difference is that one has got a bit more intent to get in the box to score. The other one wants to keep cutting in, which is obviously Diaz. He wants to cut in. He loves that shot. You know, he runs.
Try 10 times and score once.
Yeah, exactly. He'll score that one time, and you think, bro, can you just pass the ball or do something different? But you don't do that. Whereas Nunes, again, and that's probably where I'm judging Nunes. Exactly what you said there is that if we're talking about a striker, Nunes is not the guy. And I don't actually think that he will be the guy. But if we're talking about someone to play off the left-hand side, Nunes can be that player. I don't mind him being that player, and I don't mind having, you know, a striker. Maybe Jota, when he comes back, potentially can do the role for a bit. But, you know, we just need someone on that left-hand side who does really what Nunes does, which is going forward. It's just so much intent. That's all it is. Instead of Mane used to do it, it's just intent. Just go forward. When Mane was at his peak, it was just go forward. Salah at his peak, go forward. Salah and Mane, you realize as soon as they got slow, Now they keep cutting in all the time.
True.
It's just cut in now. It's not about running forward now. It's about let me cut in, maybe get a 1-2. Yes, we see, and only now if you see Salah playing as the sole striker, and a team has a high line like against Manchester City, if the ball goes over the top, Salah's got pace, so he can beat most people anyway. But he hasn't got that blistering pace like what Nunes has now. So Nunes can burn. Nunes is burning everyone. I didn't know he was this quick. So for me, I would keep Nunes on that left. If you don't want to sign a striker, you have to put Jota up front then, because keep Jota up front, and then Salah could play maybe that right hand side.
And I think Nunes has really simplified his game, because the goals he's scoring, when he came, I mean, the back, he's trying to kick over the other leg just to score a goal. I mean, he has just simplified his game to the barest minimum. It's a simple pass, simple shot. Don't overcomplicate anything. The balls are going to enter into the net. I think there's potential, just that I think the price tag over his head just, sent a lot of messages all over the place, a lot of, evil talk from Man U and all of that.
He's probably comparing himself to Haaland. He's probably sitting there thinking, we're both the same age, similar age. We've both been signed to the 2 top teams in the league. I need to be better than him. Like, not even as good. I need to be better. So that's why when he scored against City in the Community Shield, he's taking off his top and everything, because he's like, I've done what you have done, and I've just come on the pitch.
Anyway, what are we doing in Jerry James over the World Cup? And where's Ash? It's been like 2 months. We've not seen Ash on the show. I mean, and what's up, Jerry James, over the World Cup? I mean, are we going to be sleeping for 1 month or something? What's up?
No. Hell no.
Of course not. So listen, it's a great segue. You might as well keep you on there as well, knowing that you segue us. We're the 2 up top, and you're the 10 men behind us right now. The formation as it is on screen, the playmaker, Fritz. But
he's got it there in his name.
Exactly. Let's just get the first one out. In regards to Ash, it's just one of those ones where work, life, that type of thing has got in the way. So listen, you won't be seeing him for a while, for the foreseeable future. But you're gonna have to make do with the 3 up top, with Romz, myself, and G for the moment. So that's what it is. But look, we're gonna keep moving. But shout outs to Ash, love as always. In regards to the World Cup, great segue. So guys, the show is gonna transform into a World Cup show. So every single day we're going to be having player of the month. Sorry, player of the day, goal of the day, bozo moment of the day, and we're going to be analysing all games. We're going to be chopping it up, talking about it. Some games, some big games. So, for example, when Ghana are playing, depending on the time, especially if we're on the weekend, exactly. When England are playing, we're going to try. We'll see. When there's some certain teams, when there's big games and when we're available, we're going to go and do watch-alongs as well. So it's the first thing that we're going to go and trial out. I know a lot of you guys have been asking for watch-along during the season. So we're going to go and actually do that on stream as well. So like I said, just make sure you're staying tuned, because right now you're seeing all the red on the show and everything. It's going to completely change over the World Cup. It's going to completely change. So listen, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a lot of stuff like that. A lot of games, a lot of shows as well that we're going to be doing and polls in the chats as well. So guys, make sure you're staying tuned. It's Friday, the first game, isn't it, G?
Yeah, Friday. Qatar versus Ecuador.
Yeah, exactly. So that first game, listen, we're gonna be there right after that game. So listen, we'll be there. We'll be there.
And who are you guys pitching to win the World Cup? I'm pushing for Senegal if Mane is playing.
Are you asking me who do I want or who do I think?
Or who do you think?
Want. They're thinking. Well, let's forget the thinking. If they're thinking, we'll think about the top 4, but deep down you have who do you want to win the World Cup? An outlier, sort of.
Argentina.
Messi fanatic there.
You already know. I just needed to end the debate quickly so that we can all move on with our lives and we can move on to a new era of football. Once he's done that, then we can close this chapter of Messi and Ronaldo and all of this rubbish, and we can put him down as, like Aaron just said it there. Argentina versus Brazil would be, I think, one of the best finals like ever. If not Argentina, then Holland. I like Holland's team. I like the look of that team.
That's fine.
What about you, Joe?
All right, of course, look, it would be amazing if an African team won, innit? If Senegal or Ghana won, hey, it would be crazy.
Nah, but I can't know. I can't see another African team like nah. As in,
I can't see it. I can't see it. But if they were to, imagine.
I'd be a hater for time. I'd be a mad hater for time.
What, for an African team winning?
Hell yes, bro. As in, if it's not Ghana, then I'm not trying to see another African team win. That don't make no sense. That's like saying, okay, so when the Champions League, when Liverpool don't win the Champions League, you want Chelsea to win it. You want
No. But
you don't. You want. You do. You never want to see that.
Senegal and Ghana isn't the same thing, though.
I feel like it's the same thing.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. It's like it's like Liverpool. If they got knocked out by PSG, I'm not going to say, I want PSG not to lose. I'm like, yeah, I want. Do you know what I mean? It's not Nigeria.
Liverpool are not
it's Nigeria. It's not me saying I want Nigeria to win the World Cup. Everyone knows the history between Ghana and Nigeria. I'm saying Senegal. So Senegal have a player that I admire. I think they play well. I think an African team winning it would be something good for the continent. It would be something good.
Yeah. Okay. In a bigger picture, yes, but I ain't trying to see no other African team win.
Put it this way. A bit of me actually wants Senegal to win it because of what they've done in the African Cup of Nations, and I've seen them play well. Ghana at the moment have been garbage. I'm looking at that. I'm looking at the team. I don't even see. There's no one in there that I feel like, oh, you know what? Yeah, these are our players. I feel like some sort of rapport with the players. I'm looking at this. I'm like, what is this team? What is it?
It's true. No gel.
It's all so distant. It's like some of these players are like, I've heard of you, but some of you I haven't even heard of you. Like, who are you? And you've got in the squad. It's crazy. It's crazy. But you know what? I think Brazil win it.
Their squad is so.
I think Brazil win it, and crazy. I think Neymar's the one that takes them over the line.
Really? He'd be the one to take them over the line, to be fair.
I think Neymar playing for Brazil is a different kettle of fish. I think he's a cut above. He's a cut above. Yeah. We saw, look how poor that squad was in 2014, was it?
Yeah, when they were trashed by Germany.
Look what he was doing. Look what he was doing up until he got injured.
True.
Yeah. True. Do you know what I mean? And people forget. Do you know how old he was? Do you know how old he was in 2014?
How old?
22.
Wow.
That's mad. I don't really know.
He was 22.
He's been around for so long. That's why you don't even really know.
No, but think about it. Do you know who else is 22?
Who?
Saka. Is he not? That's that Saka.
He is. Yeah.
That's that Saka. That's like us saying for England. It's like if everyone said, "Yeah, Saka's going to be the main guy. Go on, win us the cup."
This is why we say about there's levels to players and
there's levels.
Stuff like
there's levels.
There are really levels. Like
it's really levels.
Saka's not a rubbish player, by the way, guys. Like, I think he's a good player, but like, yeah.
That's why Bellingham for 150 million is a no-brainer. It's not supposed to happen. I mean, considering the levels you guys are talking about,
considering that Bellingham is going to cost you 150, how much do you think Curtis Jones will cost you in today's market? How much do you think Harvey Elliott will cost you in today's market? Not even half of that. Not even close to half of that. There's levels. This is why I always keep there's so many levels to football that, you know, you get excited when you see a certain player, but then when you see someone like Neymar at the same age as, you know, somebody, you're like, oh, Jesus Christ, what was I getting excited about? if this guy is doing it at the same age, and this guy, you know, sometimes it can be funny when I hear players talk about other people. But yeah, we'll see. Fritz, who do you think is going to win the World Cup?
That's what.
And lastly, after the World Cup, guys, after every game, some of the games, you know, when we don't do well, or in case we do well, we really want to come out and talk and vent. But I mean, Nottingham and Leeds, I mean, there were no shows after those games. So, I mean, let's add it to it.
No, we did.
Yeah.
We did do a show.
For a lot of the games we've lost, there haven't been shows. Maybe all of them.
They have 100%.
I'm here with the wife.
There's never been a calling show.
I'm on YouTube scrolling down.
I feel like we did do a calling.
There was either a show, there was a tactics board. Make sure you're checking 100%.
For the tactics board, that's like the Monday, right?
Yeah.
But I'm talking like right after the game, right after the
reason
game.
the Premier League ones are different because it's during the weekend. That's why.
Okay.
And most weekends, because for example, I'm busy on weekends anyway, so it's tricky for me to even do these shows unless the game is on a Sunday. Then we can most likely do maybe something on that Sunday. If it's on a Saturday, I can't really do any shows or anything like that again until the following Monday.
For instance, the preview in the Saturday in the morning, I'm not available. So when it's a 3 o'clock, I can't come and do it. So and that's where the problem is. But we always try to make sure we've either got
and I get it.
A tactics board, or there's always something after the thing. Sometimes it's straight after. Sometimes it's even the Monday, but it's always something to review the game that's just been. But we make sure.
Sure.
Yeah. See, look, even Mo Khalif saying, look, the YouTube glitching made the update. So it's not popping up. Maybe something's wrong with the algorithm, but we're making sure we're out there. But listen, we'll take that into account. Listen. If the calling shows what you guys want, we'll get that out to you guys. So we appreciate it, Fritz, as always. But listen, Fritz, appreciate you having you on, man. As always.
See you guys. Bye.
See you later, bro.
Yeah, big up Fritz, man. We take that in, man. It's gonna run for some of the comments before we head out, man. Out. Big up to everyone tuning in. I think we're on 50, hopefully on 60 likes by now. We want 57 likes, people. So 3 more likes to get to 60 likes. Please make sure you're smashing a like. I'm going to run through some of the comments that have been accumulated during the show. Before we head out, shout out to everyone tuning in as well. I know there's a lot of streams going on. We've got Ravi Bakari saying Romz doing up drunk in love like Jay-Z and Beyonce. Listen, you shouldn't have said that you shouldn't have said that too early. We actually had Jay-Z on the show, which is crazy. So guys, if you missed that, please make sure you're rewinding and you're watching, because he had a lot to say about potential takeover, Rockefeller, Rock Nation. Yeah, man. Aaron Tavares saying City do terrible after big breaks. Hopefully it carries on. Yeah. Psychedelic Scientist saying, are you guys going to do a half-season review show? Guess what? We're going to do one. It's going to be on GTV. That side. It's going to be on GTV. So listen, G's going to go and kind of just let us know what's going on at the end of the show as well. We're going to plug it. But you'll catch myself, Ish, and a couple others as well on the mid-season review. So yeah, you're in the right space. You're in the right space. We've got Mo Khalif saying City have been found out. Not yet. Not for me.
City are second half team, by the way. Like second half of the season team. Just don't forget that.
Their bag, innit? That's their bag.
That's their bag. Like they're the only team I know who will just go on some stupid 15-game winning run when you want them to lose every weekend and you're checking the fucking result and they scored a last-minute goal. Yeah, Arsenal, get ready. That's what you're going to have to start getting used to still.
Yeah, exactly. Mo Khalif saying Bobby Firmino is a grey area. Man's just a grey area. That's what he is right now, isn't it? In everything, his performance is grey. Do you know what I mean? He just looks grey.
You just don't know. That's the thing. You just don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Boy Pella Moreno saying, imagine Phillips being our saviour at centre-back.
A lot of mercy.
Boy Pella Moreno saying, what do y'all think about Timber? Good player. Can't wait. I want to see him. So, yeah. SA saying, did you see Ben White pulled up with an Emiri hoodie to World Cup training and everyone else had the England tracksuit? Imagine being behind the Love Island contestant in pecking order.
Why does he give everyone? Actually, now, now I'm saying it out loud. He does give me Love Island vibes, to be fair. Like a contestant from Love
But
Island.
so does Grealish, though.
So does Grealish, yeah, exactly.
So does Mount. So does Gallagher. I mean, all breaders that could be on Love Island, man.
All the samey type of guys. Man.
Love Island FC, innit? It's Love Island FC, man. Madison. On Love Island.
Oh, yeah.
He was doing that boo-hoo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for real. He's even got one thing with Sanucci and that as well. Yeah. He'd be that guy. Still.
We know, big up to We Know. Hope you're doing well. Saying, wouldn't 2 or 3 midfield signings just end the Elliott and Jones project?
Calm. I ain't stressing.
That was just a mock exam, man. That was a test. That was just a mock.
You thought I was going to be stressing? Hey, I'm good.
That's a mock, and right now we're just waiting. Are we going to use the mock results as the actual results? Or are we actually going to do the proper test? And right now, Elliott's the mock, innit? Like, you're trying to tell me what if Bellingham plays and we get like a Declan Rice? You think there's space for Elliott in that team? Come on, man.
Come on, man. That ain't happening.
Angel 1968 saying Diaz and Nunes could be fast and dangerous, interchanging on the left between there and centre forward position.
Nope.
You're not rating Diaz at all, bro.
No. It's not. No. As in, I said this in the group just quickly about. Imagine if Liverpool had actually, like, say you get rid of Firmino or whatever, you get in a backup right winger, and then you've got Diogo Jota obviously to play up front, but then you also got a backup striker. Imagine how sick that of a front six that would actually be. Still having Darwin Núñez, whoever your striker is, if it's Jota or a new striker, Salah, and then you still got Diaz, whoever's up front, and then the backup right winger. Like you can every game is going to be different. It requires a different type of threat. Because we can't always play Salah. Salah stinks up the joint sometimes. Núñez is going to have a bad patch of form. If he has a bad patch of form, then what do? Striker, when we need to swap between a Diogo Jota when he probably gets injured, you need to swap and chop and the level has to be give or take the same. And I believe Diaz and Núñez are kind of at the same level. They just offer different things. Salah, we just need an upgrade. And Jota, if you get in a striker who's of that same level, the substitutes bench all of a sudden, do you know what I mean? Like now we're not looking at the bench and thinking, rah, Ox, yeah? All right, say no more, my brother. Let's bring you on, or Millie. Yeah, like that's dead. Yeah, I mean, the drop-off is massive at this football club. And I just would prefer to have a City situation where Mahrez comes in, Grealish is there, Bernardo Silva is there, Foden's here, the change isn't even, there's no drop-off. They all play the same, so... Yeah, man.
Exactly. Jonathan saying maybe Robbo needs to learn how to adapt more to Diaz than the other way around.
Maybe.
1975 Jammer saying Wiener and Marquet in and out like the burger joint. Yeah, in and out of streams today, and I can imagine. SA saying he puts it on a plate sometimes and no one finishes. Trent. Yeah, sometimes. Ain't been great this season though. Public sector direct saying Ambani earns 145,000 a minute.
Who's that?
The Indian investor Ambani.
I'm not even listening to any of about who's, because I'm seeing too many. 1 minute is this American guy, and I'm bored now, man.
Man are going on Forbes.com and just selecting a couple man.
Just real talk. Real talk, bro.
John II saying Trent needs a different type of recalibration. Jamrock saying the 1985 Jamrock saying the World Cup is in 3 countries, so USA, Mexico, and Canada. So it's the North
How does that even work?
Travel, innit? Remember was in Poland and Ukraine. Euros.
See, but how did that work again? So you will have
your camp.
Yeah.
You have your camp and you fly. So you have your camp before the World Cup, and then you fly to the different places, isn't it?
That just seems like a long thing, man. Flip it now.
Shout out Kloppzone TV. Kloppzone TV saying, guys, can you drop the link? Guys, we're ending it. We're about to finish off because we need to prep for G's channel. But listen, we will be doing one during the World Cup as well. So apologies, Kloppzone, but we'll make sure we get that out there again. Boo Rider saying, big up Jerry and G, great show. We appreciate it. He's saying, I'm banking on Japan surprise package. Kamada from Frankfurt is a baller, and Taki, we already know already.
There's going to probably be a surprise package at the World Cup.
Yeah. Aaron saying Egypt's supposed to be the first African team to win because they have been the best.
Nah, they're soft.
Yeah, they haven't, man. Angel 968 saying, stop it, G. Diaz is quality. He is excellent from January last season.
I mean, he had like 3 good games last season, like that I would call excellent. As we stated before, watch Diaz this season. His best games are when Liverpool have been poor. I mean, that doesn't tell me that you're a good player. That just tells me that you're a bit of a YOLO guy.
Yeah. Jamrock saying Klopp was complaining about the working condition in Qatar leading up to the World Cup and calling out journalists as they didn't do enough to shine a spotlight on it. Yeah, because he wants it to be like a massive, massive thing. But I think, no one, like people doing the same thing when it was Poland, Ukraine. They've done the same thing when it was in Brazil. They did the same thing when it was in Africa. Remember, like the stadiums weren't finished. Like every, when you watch back, you realize every tournament, if it's not in England, especially from the English media, because they want it in Wembley so much, you know what I mean? It was crazy. But when, for example, we didn't have the infrastructure to go and hold the Euros, do you know what I mean? Even the final, look what happened in the final. It was a madness. People breaking in, do you know what I mean?
I was just thinking that. Didn't people used to break in and that? That was mad.
Exactly. Yeah, Diaz. Aaron saying Diaz and Nunes aren't the same level.
I mean, I feel like they are like. There's not one I'm looking at thinking he's better than the other. I feel like they're both on the same level. That's just my opinion, though. I'm not saying that's factual. Just
exactly. Yeah, but listen, guys, that's another Tactics Board and Calling show done for you guys. Big up to everyone that supported the channel on the first part of the season. It's been massive Growth. We're talking 600 subs. If things carry on, we're probably going to get to K up to, like, do you know what I mean, after the World Cup. So 2023 is looking bright. I'm happy to announce for everyone that doesn't know, GTV is live, up and running. Do you know what I mean? We got the first show coming today, the first live. Do you know what I mean? Whether there's going to be a lot of lives and stuff, we're not sure yet, but we know, listen, that first live is going to be a good one because it's going to be interactive. We're going to be chopping up the mid-season review. G, just let us know, man. What's the dealio?
Yeah, first of all, big up. I just want to say big up Jerry. Obviously, I'm going to be doing it again regardless, but he's helped me out a lot, taught me a lot as well, just by being on, you know, the Jerry James show. Rob as well. It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun. You're gonna see a lot more topics, a lot more uncomfortable conversations, hot takes, and things like that. So we're doing quite a lot of pre-recorded stuff, but for tonight, I wanted to do, you know, the Liverpool mid-season review. So guys, 9:30, you guys are not doing nothing. You've had your tea, you've had a shower, relax, flick on the YouTube, join myself, Jerry, Ish, JB Phillips as well, and maybe a couple of others. And we're just going to be having a conversation, man. Just having a conversation about Liverpool first part of the season. And I want, you know, the GTV, you guys already know, we do it here on the Jerry James show as well. We're honest. We just keep it real. And that's the same with GTV. Like, we just want, say it with your chest. You got something to say? You tell me. You tell us. Yeah, I mean, so that's kind of the direction. But I've got a good few videos coming out for the rest of the week. Video about Thiago, centre backs, at Liverpool. So it's going to be quite interesting over the next couple of weeks. But World Cup stuff, guys, make sure that you stick that notification on for Jerry James show, because yeah, that's where you'll find me for all the World Cup stuff coming over the next like couple of weeks. And yeah, that's about it, man.
There we go, man. But listen, there you got it. Part 1 is done, completed. It's been the Jerry James show. It's been the Tactics Board. It's been the Calling show. And we're out, people. Boom.